Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to Mr. Ferguson, the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Dealer Association, the other distinguished members of the head table, to ladies and gentlemen present, and those joining us in the virtual world. Good evening. My name is Colin Greaves. I'm the head of public relations at Digicel. And first, I'd like to thank Mr. Ferguson in particular for the invitation this evening that was extended to Digicel to, just come and deliver a couple of remarks and speak a little bit about the situation that has been making our front pages in Trinidad and Tobago, including today's front page, on cable vandalism and copper theft, as they stated. So let me start firstly by putting it into context here. Digicel Trinidad and Tobago operates a 100% fiber optic network, meaning that there's no copper whatsoever in any of the lines run by Digicel Trinidad and Tobago throughout all of Trinidad and Tobago. However, when copper vandals or cable thieves or all the different names that they've learned to call them over the last couple of months or years, cut down wires in efforts to salvage copper from these wires, they literally just cause tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in damages in cutting down our fiber optic cables, which are virtually useless to them because they cannot be used for anything after that. So what has been the impact? One, we could say within the last 4 months, over 10,000 direct customers and households have been severely disconnected and impacted as a result of cable vandalism. Similarly, we have seen now that cable vandalism has moved to being the #1 cause of outages at our Digicel Plus network. So on our fiber to the home service, which is the hardwired internet lines that run to businesses and households throughout Trinidad and Tobago, where we have over 110,000 customers, cable vandalism has now become the #1 cause of outages. So many times we see people online venting and complaining that the internet is down and this and that and for various reasons. And I can stand here today as a representative of Digicel and confirm that the #1 cause of those outages is through direct, deliberate cable vandalism. I would say as well that hearing some of the comments here this evening was very heartening and enlightening. That Digicel, we are big supporters of recycling and the recycling initiatives. I know earlier tonight we also heard about the various conventions, the Basel Convention being one, and most recently with the IKEA initiative, Digicel would have signed on as well as being a recycling center for scrap metals and for used mobile devices and technological devices, because we understand the importance of recycling, and therefore that's why we're here, because we understand the importance of what you guys do out there, and we want to, of course, work with you guys to make sure that what you do is done responsibly. But there is a problem that is currently happening. It's increasing in prominence across TNT. I'll tell you as well that more than 25% of all outages that happen on our network are as a direct result of deliberate cable vandalism. And this is a big problem. Why? This has now resulted in literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in replacement of these fiber optic cables when they go down. We also have seen the need for us to now hire additional crews to work around the clock to restore service and to rerun wires to households and businesses. We've seen the impact on businesses and households when they no longer have connectivity, and how that impacts things like e-commerce, education, safety, security cameras, and things like that. And we've also seen the general impact of what it causes in terms of discomfort for people. So over the last couple of months, we've seen, again, vandalism, cable vandalism move to being the #1 cause of outages on the Digicel network. And we definitely want to work with you guys to see how we could help educate those out there who are doing the wrong thing, to let them understand that this is definitely not the way. It's hurting the national community, and of course it's causing severe inconvenience to the general public. So, we are Digicel partners. Again, we love the initiatives of recycling and what it represents, and we want to be a part of the discussions moving forward. We've been working with various stakeholders, including the Scrap Iron Dealers Association, the other telecommunication providers, the regulators through TAT, and of course the TTPS, to see how best we can, work with you guys, work with the public to increase the vigilance in which people report items of theft, of when they see vandalism happening within their communities, when they see the wires being cut down and stuff, because as the guys who are not following the law and not following the rules cut down wires, I mean, in haste to just get it in the van and bundle away, on the digital perspective, they are cutting our fiber optics, and it's really becoming quite a costly and annoying experience for the customers of us constantly having to make these repairs. So once again, on behalf of Digital, I want to thank you guys for hosting forums such as this, and I thank Mr. Ferguson, and of course for the invitation, and let you all know that we are here and willing to have the conversation on how we can what steps we can put forward to managing this process and stopping illegal cable vandalism. Thank you so much. Good night.